Hello everybody, welcome to Boxing Science. In this video, we're going to be taking you through the banded shadow box and 5 different variations to fire up your performance. The banded shadow box is a useful tool in boxing to fire up and activate the lower body during a punch-specific action. We use this during our speed and taper phases to encourage lower body activation during punching-specific action. This can help improve kinetic chain sequencing. We also use it as a warm-up tool, so we use it as part of our pre-fight warm-up, but it's also fantastic to use as part of your boxing sessions as well, to fire up that lower body, to potentiate and fire up, ready for boxing performance. It's also a fantastic tool to improve technique. I have it as a technical cue. Sometimes boxers can be quite guilty of not including that lower body as much, not getting that optimal hip rotation, and also their knees kind of coming in, especially when you're throwing the backhand. Bands actually encourage you actually pushing that knee out, having to force that hip into full extension and rotation. So it can also be a great technical cue to use during your shadow boxing. Here are 5 different variations that you can use. We've got the mini bands and we've also got the larger TheraBands to overload that lower body during a punching specific action. The first one is a lateral pivot. So we're going up towards a target, maybe a foam roller, a cone or something like that, or you could even use a partner for this. Approach the target, throw the shot, pivot to the side, throw 2, 3, maybe even the 4 punch combination, and then you go back to the start. And what you want to do, you want to perform 3 reps on each side. This is a figure of 8 drill. This is a fantastic tool to use to improve lateral movement and flow. It's a lot less rigid than the pivot drill. Going in a figure of 8, you're working towards 2 targets and you keep changing which target that you're kind of punching towards. You can be feinting with the feet, you can be moving your head, you can pivot anytime, you can totally change the direction and what you're going in, but as long as you're going in that figure of 8 movement and you're flowing nicely. You want to be performing around about 30 seconds on this drill. This next exercise is a banded shadow box with horizontal resistance. This is using a larger band around the hips to provide resistance around the hips to encourage full hip extension and rotation during punching. This also resists when you're moving forward, so it encourages push and drive off the back leg to move forward while staying in that fighting posture. And we're going to perform this just like the lateral pivots, where we're moving towards a target, shifting to the side, either lateral movement or a pivot, and then throwing the punches. Provide medium resistance to start off with, making sure that your athlete is in the correct technical positions. You don't want to be pulling back on that athlete too much where the hip extension and rotation is suboptimal. Perform 3 repetitions on each side of this. This next exercise is banded shadow box with horizontal assistance. So this is where we're actually assisting forward momentum. As an athlete moves forward towards a target, they can be quite guilty of kind of leaning over that front foot. By pulling them towards a target, that's probably going to make them want to do that more. So the athlete is then cued to kind of sit back into that action, increasing the lower body demand during the punching action as we're having to really put our feet through the floor to create them braking forces. This one, we're not moving to the side. On this one, we're just going to move horizontally. We're going to perform 5 reps going forward. So we pull our athlete forward a few steps, can even throw a jab as we go, and then we want to plant the feet and then throw a 3 to 4 shot combination. Perform this for 5 repetitions. Then you can use banded shadow box as a free flow exercise for around 30 seconds. You can even do it with a lighter band for 3 minutes, and you're just working on lateral movement, moving off to the side, throwing a range of different punches and increasing that lower body activation during just your regular boxing patterns. You can do a heavier band and do this for 30 seconds, or use a lighter band and do this for a full 3-minute round. Take the bands off and then go into your normal kind of shadow boxing. You should feel like your legs are feeling light, they're feeling loose and feeling fired up, ready to perform in your boxing session or in a boxing fight as well. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and hopefully you've learned a lot more about banded shadow boxing. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber yet, hit the subscribe button so don't miss out on any future content.